All right. So here's the confession. It says, I've been struggling with an eating disorder for about 5 years now, and it's the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with. Constantly thinking about what you're eating, how you're not as skinny as your friends, and how disgusting you feel. How disgusting you feel really is a daily struggle. I've wanted to stop for such a long time, but it's so hard, especially when it becomes routine. I just wish I could find inner peace.
Okay.
It's deep.
Yeah, it is.
I'll go first on this one because this is kind of one that I wanted to talk about a little bit. So the main things that stick out to me is it's the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with, which shows me that it's important. This isn't just the first time this person's thought about it.
Yeah,
Constantly thinking about what you're eating. I'm not as skinny as my friends. How disgusting you feel, the struggle, and I want to stop. It's hard. It's routine, and I wish I found inner peace. Here's my version on that. First of all, I think that anyone that's struggling with the way they look, this is a tough conversation. I think that it's important to care. I don't like the phrase, you're beautiful just the way you are. I don't like it. And I know that's probably an unpopular opinion because I think that's what we want to tell people, right? Yeah. You're fine just the way you are. You're great just the way you are. Which in fact is probably the way you would feel as a parent, as a friend, maybe even as a partner. But I think that you're allowed to feel that way. But if you're the person that's going through it, I think it's perfectly healthy to look at yourself and want more.
There's definitely no problem with that.
But here's my perspective on it. Because I'm someone that could see both sides of this. Growing up, I was super skinny, always trying to gain weight, took weight gainers, creatine, tried to eat 8 eggs. Yeah, tried to eat 8 eggs like 10 times a day. And then eventually got to a point where my metabolism stopped working. And now I struggle to cut weight, right? Yeah. And so I remember being skinny and wanting to be big, and now I'm bigger and I want to be smaller and more in shape, right? I don't relate in the way that a person will relate that's bulimic, anorexic, or any of those ways, right? Yeah. And so anyone that's listening that does relate in that way, feel free to correct me. But here's how I think about it. If you look at yourself in the mirror and you don't like what you see, two things. First of all, I don't know if you ever will. I think that like at my best shape and at my worst shape, I felt kind of the same way. Like I always wanted more. But I start realizing that I'm competitive and I look to the future. So I think I'm never going to be quite comfortable with myself. So in that sense, I know that I need to develop you're beautiful just the way you are, right? Because I think that's important. But if you look at yourself and you don't feel comfortable, change it. And if my friend came up to me and said, hey, I hate the way I look, all these things, I would tell them, change it. But also, like, if you don't change a single thing, you're also fine. Like, you're going to be okay. I don't like the idea to promote that it's okay to be unhealthy. As someone who is unhealthy, that wants to be healthy, I don't think it's okay. I think I should want to be healthy. I think I should want to be in shape. I think I should have dreams. I think I should want to feel good in my own body, and I want to fit certain shirts, and I should try to accomplish those things. Yeah. That's the advice I would give this person is work on yourself. Eat better. Wake up early. Go to the gym. I go to the gym 6 times a week, and I don't look great. I don't feel the best I want to feel.
If you feel that unhappy with yourself, I feel that you should change your lifestyle.
I also think your friends are dumb if they're telling you these things. Your friends should encourage you to want to look and feel better. That's it. They don't have to tell you you're awesome the way you are, but they might want to tell you, hey, you obviously want to make a change. Which this person, when I read it, it sounds like they want to make a change. Yeah. So let me help you make that change.
Yeah. It's always good to have a support system.
Yeah.
To like she said, like she wants to make that change, like she wants to be different, she wants to look different. Like,
let's not assume it's a she, because it could be a he. Yeah. Because it's very common in men too. The only difference is it's not encouraged for guys to be overweight. Yeah. Like there's this weird thing where it's like don't fat shame a woman, but for whatever reason it's like perfectly fine to fat shame a dude. Yeah. Have you ever noticed that? Like no one like ever, like it's the first thing a girl would say. If a fat dude's acting obnoxious, the first thing they'll be like, you fucking fat ass. Like they will call him out. But if an overweight woman is doing it and a guy was like, you fat bitch, like everyone, women and men would be like, dude, you can't say that. You're rude. Like society will always frown the dude for whatever weird reason. I'm just pointing that out. It is, for whatever reason, easier to be an overweight guy socially. And I don't know if that has to do with the fact that men don't care as much, or maybe they're just more stubborn. There's a lot of fat guys that have egos. It's like, whatever. But I did notice that. So I don't want to assume this person's a girl because it could be a guy. But I do think that it's important that you want to be healthier. This person never at any point said, I don't want to, I want people to accept me the way that I am. It sounded like she wanted to be accepted.
So you said she again.
I did say she again. Damn it. She or he wanted to be accepted by their group of friends. And it's their friend's job to accept them, but also encourage them to reach those goals. If that's the goal. I don't want people... Right now, I'll go to myself. It's the easiest way. That way, people that are listening they always have goddamn opinions. But they're going to, like, this will be about myself. I don't feel I'm in the best shape of my life. I think the camera adds on pounds, how they say that. There's one podcast where I'm wearing a tight shirt and my belly's hanging out. I look terrible. The very next podcast, I'm wearing a baggier shirt and I look way smaller, which I also don't like. You know what I mean? And so it's like, I realize, like, there's a lot of things that have nothing to do with me. I want to feel good, right? And so as someone referring to myself, I don't feel my best shape. I feel like I carry extra weight in my gut. I would like to lose it. And I would like for my friends to be honest with me and not tell me I'm awesome in it. Because if they did that, then maybe I'd stay the way I am. But I also would want for my friends to not be rude and call me a fat ass. And so my friend's job is to say, hey, Will, like, you're good. Like, you do work out 6 times a week and you try to eat healthy. That's pretty good, man. But if you really want to lose the weight around your stomach, like, I have some options for you. Or if you don't have any options, I know a person that has some options. I would want them to be that way towards me. Accept me from who I am, but also encourage me to be better. It's got to be both. Don't just tell me you're awesome. Don't tell me you're fine. Because what happens one day when I'm 600 goddamn pounds? And I'm like, wait, what? Like, my friend's like, dude, you're overweight. What? Why didn't you tell me this 4 years ago? You know what I mean? Like, why were you honest? And so I want honesty. I want people to be brutally honest, but with passion. You can be compassionate and say, hey, man, I'm worried about you, dude. You didn't used to pant when we fucking got in the club. Now you're huffing and puffing, and we haven't even walked up those stairs yet. I'd want someone to call me out on it enough to be motivated. That would be my advice to this person. What do you got?
Honestly, you pretty much, like, I agree with everything you said, like, and I feel the same way, that like you said, like, if you should feel happy, like, the way you are, like, it's okay, but it's also, like you said, like, it's also okay to want to be a better you, be a better is physical wise, to want to be in better shape, to want to be thinner, or even like people who are too skinny that want to gain weight. Like it's okay. But like I also said, that it also helps a lot to have a good support system around you, that if they know, like, you want to make that change, that they're there for you to kind of help you if they know ways that you don't, to help you reach, whatever goal you have. And if you ask one of your friends, like, hey, are you happy with the way you look, and they say, yeah, I'm happy with the way I am, like, that's fine. Like, I think that's okay. But like,
well, I don't think you should ask anyone, are you happy with the way you look? But if someone's voicing that they're uncomfortable, I think addressing it is the good thing. Because silence is never the answer. If someone says, I'm uncomfortable with the way I look, and you just stay quiet because you don't want to address it, that may not be the best way to do it. But I don't think you should go around asking your friends if they feel comfortable. I think it's, if it comes up, you address it, and you be compassionate, and you be as nice as you can.
Yeah, like you said, like, don't go up
place.
to him and tell him, like, you're a fat piece of shit and you need to lose weight. Like,
yeah, definitely don't make comments unless you're doing it, like, in a genuine, nice way, probably one-on-one. So the only person that could judge your comments is that person.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be the best situation, but No, man, I think we're both right. I think that's the way to go, and I think that's the best advice that you could give someone. Maybe it isn't. That's our advice, though.